What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. This is the part of the tricks and tips series that I'm doing in my yard for your thick Bermuda lawn. Just want to show y'all something real quick. Let me get back around here where I can turn y'all around and y'all can see real well. Alright, guys, right here, these are hot spots. All this right through here, those are all hot spots. And right there, what that is, actually that dark spot right there is where I replaced the sprinkler head. And then there's one more right over there. If I can get this thing to focus, you'll be able to see it. But anyways, another one over there. But a lot of construction debris in the ground, and the topsoil doesn't run very deep, so the Bermuda is not being able to root very deep. And then right here, there's a stump under the ground, and it's only about a foot deep. But anyway, to combat all these hot spots, my yard doesn't normally, you normally can't see the hot spots. But today, I was not home today. I had a lot of stuff I had to do away from my house, and man, it got up to 95 degrees it actually got up over 100 today, but it didn't hit 95 until probably about 3 o'clock this afternoon. It hit 95 about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it shot up over 100 very quickly soon after. If you see right down there, that's where I mowed, focus camera, that's where I mowed my lawn with my 36-inch stander, and it gouged into the grass a little bit. But I typically don't mow this with a stander or a zero turn. I normally use a push mower, but it was just so doggone hot when I got home this afternoon, man, and my lawn needed to be mowed. I wasn't home at all yesterday, so I didn't get to mow it, and I didn't get off of work until right around dark Friday. I was actually supposed to mow it Friday, but it was just dark when I got done, and plus I was beat and I wasn't home yesterday, so I actually mowed it 2 days late. This is the 5th day. But I did go ahead and knock it down. I knocked all the crowns off of it, and what causes that is my yard is uneven, and I have a lot of low areas in my yard, and that is what causes that. And plus, not to mention, I live on a slight incline. I say slight, the camera don't do it any justice. It's actually a pretty steep hill. But and when you're going side to side on a stander or a zero turn, the weight, you're heavy on whatever side you're heavy on the roadside, I guess you could say, and it caused the deck to kind of gouge into it a little bit. But I cleaned it up the best I could with the push mower, and it's still showing. But you give it 3 or 4 days, you won't be able to see it at all, because I cut my grass at 1.5 inches every 3 days. So, but yeah, what I do to combat those hot spots right there is typically I water my lawn every day for 15 minutes per zone. I water it at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the reason I water it so long is because I live on this incline, and as you can see down there on the road, all the water runs out of my property, and so I water it every day. But when it hits 95, since the soil doesn't get a chance to soak up any water, what I do is I will come out here about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I guess you could say it's kind of a syringe type deal. I'll run it for each zone for about 8 minutes, just to kind of cool things down a little bit. And what that does is it cools the grass blades down, and kind of cools the dirt down a little bit. It doesn't get a chance to soak in, because it's almost like time it hits the dirt, it evaporates because it's so hot. But it gives it a chance to cool down a little bit, kind of a relief. And I did mine this afternoon. I actually soaked it in this afternoon. We haven't had rain in about 1.5 weeks, and it's been over 100 degrees every day. But I actually watered mine for 20 minutes about an hour ago, and I'm fixing to water it again just to give it a good soaking. I mean, it's still 90 degrees outside right now. It's actually 89, and it's 9 o'clock in the afternoon or evening, and it's still that hot. So I'm gonna water it again for probably 15 or 20 minutes per zone here in just a few minutes, and then just to get a good soaking. And I'm not worried about the grass getting a disease or any kind of fungus or anything like that, because it is still so hot that the grass is not having enough time to just settle and create any kind of fungus or anything like that. And plus, if you are worried about anything like that, if you're worried about if you're watering your grass in the morning or the afternoon to kind of, or not in the morning, but in the afternoon or the evenings to kind of give it a little bit of relief, what you can do is you can take your blower and blow the water off of the top of your lawn. And what it'll do is it'll sink down into the dirt, and it'll have a better chance of soaking into the soil. But my next step is I'm going to prune this tree all the way back. I just finally got a chance to haul all of the debris off from this tree right here that I cut back, and that was Saturday, guys. And I want to show you something. You know, there's not really much of a difference. Well, actually it is. If you look right out there, all of that on the other side of the sidewalk right there looked about like this right here, but as you can see, it is almost completely filled in, and it is still fairly thin right through here, like right there, and some places right down through here. But it is looking, I mean, just so much better. But if you look right there, there's a big stolon that's starting to creep across. Ain't no starting, it's crept all the way across. And what'll happen is another one will spring off from somewhere up in here, and it'll start going this way or that way or whatever. And then right up in here, you're starting to see newer stolons, and you're actually starting to see some bermuda pop up out of the ground, coming from the rhizomes under the ground. But right around the tree and my pine straw, you know, you don't really see any stolons or any new grass or anything like that, you know, because it's gotta make its way over to that. And the one thing I can do is to speed that process up is I can aerate my lawn. But right now, you know, with me being a landscaper and it being the month of June, I just don't have time to aerate my lawn. My wife has got me busy every weekend doing all kinds of stuff. We're going out of town all the time, taking the kids here and there, so I really don't have a whole lot of time to do any kind of large maintenance work at the moment. But I'm hoping maybe one day next month, after we're going on a cruise the weekend after the 4th, and I'm hoping that following weekend I can get out here and aerate my lawn. It really needs to be done. And then after that, I'm planning on pruning that tree back. But another thing you can do to help this right here, you know, that's a stump, probably about anywhere from 9 inches to 12 inches down. And the only reason I know it's a stump is because I dug down through there with a drill and pulled up wood chips, so I know it's a stump there. But this right here, another thing you can do to kind of help that out is you can put out humic acid. And humic acid, a lot of people consider that to be kind of like a liquid aeration, but I wouldn't put out any kind of liquids or anything like that if it were me. I mean, I'm not a weed and fertilizer guy, so I really don't trust me on that. But when it comes to humic acids and things like that, I would put out something that's like humic DG. It's a dispersing granule, and what it does is as soon as it touches the lawn and as soon as water hits it, it will start dissolving and going into the ground. And what that does is it softens up your soil. It kind of acts as a liquid aeration, I guess you could say. But stuff like that will help those hot spots too. It'll let water get down into the lawn. But like I said, man, I just don't have time to do a whole lot other than mow and prune back trees at the moment. But I will get out here and aerate things hopefully within the next month, and then possibly after that I will put out some humic. And humic is, you know, you need to aerate once a year, but humic is a good thing to do once or twice a year, because when you're aerating it only goes about 3 or 4 inches at the most, and with core aeration. And when you're using humic, the more you use it, the deeper it goes. So that's really the key. You know, if you're going to have healthy roots, you'll have a healthy blade of grass, and that will in turn give you a satisfying lawn, that deep green lawn and thick lawn. And that's what we're after. You know, it all starts with the ground. You know, you've got to have healthy soil, and everything else will follow suit. But anyway, guys, that's what I got for this. I just wanted to show you all those hot spots real quick, and I will catch y'all on the next video. It'll probably be a few weeks before I can post another one for thick Bermuda lawn. But anyway, guys, till the next one, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holla at y'all. Bye.